Internet censorship. Tyrants who burn books today will be burning bodies tomorrow. Internet censorship is a serious threat to national security and to the peace of the entire planet. This is because the people who are doing the digital book burning are of the same mentality as those who murdered millions in needless world wars. If allowed to continue to its inevitable conclusion, given the ability of this technology, the Fourth Nazi Reich will never be defeated. Censorship Complaint. Synopsis was sent to wh.gov/techbias. I am a Vietnam veteran, U.S. Air Force 70 to 71. My MOS was 3ABR-30650F. I was a cryptographic systems specialist, 1876 Communication Squadron, Republic of Vietnam, Tan Son Nhut Air Base, and held a top-secret crypto SSIR clearance. I have been doing political commentary on YouTube since November 15, 2016. Since your 2016 election win, YouTube has been actively working to suppress conservative voices, and I'm sure you know this for a fact. The following is my part in helping you prove it beyond any doubt. My first YouTube channel was titled Coffee with Dave, which I later renamed to Covfefe with Dave after your famous tweet. That channel, with 30,000 plus subscribers and over 500 videos, was deleted by YouTube shortly after the 2016 election. The channel had no violations of terms of service and was deleted without notice and without any explanation. My second channel was titled Net for Truth USA, and this channel had over 35,000 subscribers and was deleted 3 days after I got a visit from Secret Service because of a perceived threat to Hillary Clinton, which was total nonsense and pure harassment initiated by a band of socialist trolls masquerading as Trump supporters. My third channel was USA Net for Truth, with over 350 videos and over 35,000 subscribers that they told me about, but in reality had 134,823 subscribers that Google represented to their advertisers. See Social Blade screenshot at the end of this narrative. This channel was deleted 30 minutes after I attempted to upload a critique of the fake New Zealand mosque shooting video. The upload was immediately rejected, and moments later I received an email saying, "After review." There was insufficient context and something was wrong with the description metadata, neither of which is even mentioned in the terms of service. The email said that this involved no strikes and invited me to fix the problem and try to upload it again. See the screenshot and the video following. When I uploaded the edited video, the video was instantly rejected again, and moments later the entire channel was deleted without notice. I have screen capture video of this as it happened, along with real-time screen video of the email received less than 2 minutes later, which I made into a video and uploaded to BitChute, along with an email to Devin Nunes and carbon copied to you here. And I also uploaded that video to my 3 new YouTube channels here, and I give the URLs. The following is a real-time video screen capture of the New Zealand video rejection and channel takedown. And here I give the URLs for the channel takedown in real time and the URLs for where this can be found on my 3 new YouTube channels. After 3 deleted channels, which represented thousands of hours of research, recording, editing, and uploading, I created 3 more channels which are mirrors of each other, and they are Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net for Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. Additionally, I have a BitChute channel, which is bitchute.com/Net4Truth USA. The takedown of USA Net for Truth was because of a video which was banned in New Zealand, which I critiqued and tried to upload. These are the 2 videos rejected by YouTube, which I uploaded to BitChute. And there are 2 videos, and I give the URLs for both of them. You will find all of these URLs in the description section. I also posted unedited raw video on the BitChute channel, and to my Dropbox, where anyone can go in and download either one of the two videos, the raw video or the ones that were rejected by YouTube. There is nothing, and there was nothing, objectionable or hateful on any of my videos. Censorship against anyone who supports Donald Trump is a fact. Comments from my subscribers are almost 100% positive and encouraging. These are true patriots. They are the ones who listened to the truth we creators exposed, and all of us together defeated the frazzled rat and elected a non-politician corruption disruptor as the President of the United States. I have put together a playlist of other creators who will validate everything I've alleged here. You can see supporting testimony here, and I give the URL. I thank you very much for looking into this. These monopolies need to be broken up and regulated as public utilities. They are government-entangled entities and are no different than the governments when it comes to violation of citizens' First Amendment rights. As parting comment here, when they violate a content creator's right to speak, they violate every citizen's right to listen or to have that content available to them. This modern age digital book burning is no different than the mob-fueled bonfires of ages past, sans the flames and the smoke of tyranny. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patriotism. Thank you for your bravery in the face of the most despicable evil. Our prayers are with you. Our oath to defend this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic, stands ready at your command. Hashtag lock 'em all up. God bless you and your family. Godspeed. The top panel is a Social Blade screenshot sent to me by an insider showing that I have 134,823 subscribers on USA Net for Truth. This is a shot of my dashboard showing 35,313 subscribers that they told me about. The difference between the actual and what they told me is almost 100,000 subscribers. This is a screenshot of the email that I got after the video was rejected less than a minute later, and you'll note that it says, "Please note that this removal has not resulted in a strike, and once you fix the issues highlighted below, you are free to upload the videos listed above. Please be aware, blah, blah, blah." And this is a screenshot of the dashboard showing how much money I earned up until that point, $4,739.31 that they still, as of this video, have not paid me for. The following is a repost of another one of my videos addressing this issue. It has been edited for brevity, where the uploaded, rejected video is going through the processing or CensorBot review stage. The following video shows my previous channel rejecting a video moments after it was uploaded because the video was banned worldwide because it is a fake and is being used in a foxtrot operation in a foreign country to disarm that country. The video can be seen on Net4Truth USA channel on BitChute. There are two videos. Their titles are NZ Video Banned. This is now classified even on the BitChute as not suitable for life, whatever the hell that means. And this is the revised video, first-person shooter F² is fake. Go and watch those videos on BitChute and tell me if it's fake or not. This is my dashboard showing 35,241 subscribers, and this is what I really had according to an inside source, 134,823 subscribers. This screen capture video is of my second attempt to post the banned video after I added more commentary or context and completely revised the description section, even though there are no guidelines for either of these in their tube's terms of service. Now this is happening in real time. You notice it is 95% processed It just got finished uploading. Let's see what happens. This usually takes a minute or two, but this is real time being recorded with DU Recorder. This is real time. It is now 0200 hours, March 20th, 2019. Ready to watch. Oh. Really? Really? Okay. Let's see if it's monetized. And I'll have to switch the screen here and refresh it. Rejected. Try again. Let's see if I have an email. Yep. Removed from YouTube. Their tube is no longer a viable platform for free and open social or political discourse. It has become another propaganda arm of the deep state, just as mainstream media has been since JFK and before. YouTube's CEO is not only a puppet of the shadow government, she is guilty of fraud on a massive scale, and has knowingly stolen the ad revenue of many thousands of people who made the platform successful to begin with.
Okay, before I show you this video, I want to ask you a question. Do you love freedom and hate censorship? Because if you do love freedom, you'll hate any shade of censorship. If you want any shade of censorship, then you hate freedom. Because, guys, I always say this, I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery, but I mean that. It's more than a cliche, because a lot of people don't know how to handle their freedom, and they do dangerous things, or they say stupid things, or they say very offensive things, things that really rile people up, get them angry. If freedom is anything, it's the ability to say things that offend people. And that's the free market. Just let the free market run. Let the free market be the free market.
So it's been a week since I was declared a dangerous person and kicked off Facebook. Boo-hoo. But think about how totalitarian this is. Mark Zuckerberg is literally telling 2.4 billion people, a third of the Earth's population, what opinions they can and can't hold. They've actually instituted a new policy on Facebook where talking about me, unless you're denouncing me, is verboten. There've even been reports that photos of myself and other banned thought criminals, even when the faces are blurred, are being removed. Just like old Uncle Joe had his enemies airbrushed out of history. Hey, at least during the 2 minutes of hate in 1984, the citizens of Oceania could at least see Goldstein's face. Zuckerberg is literally copying Stalinist Russia. Think that sounds like hyperbole? No. This is samizdat for the 21st century. Samizdat was a form of dissident activity to avoid Soviet censorship. Dissidents reproduced censored material at great risk to themselves because, much like Facebook controls the majority of online discourse, copy machines, printing presses and typewriters were all controlled by the KGB. The KGB enjoyed a monopoly, so they were able to monitor and manipulate public discourse, just like Facebook's monopoly allows it to monitor and manipulate public discourse. So eventually, dissidents had to produce handmade carbon copies of information, much like we're having to create our own social media networks simply to reach any kind of audience. When individuals were caught reading or transporting banned samizdat materials, they were hit with harsh punishment. Some were sent to gulags, just as I've been dispatched to the digital gulag. As may you be if you share my banned samizdat material on Facebook. And just like yours truly, to prevent other citizens from embracing their ideas, samizdat dissidents were put on show trials and declared dangerous persons. And listen, I'm not putting myself in the same context as historical dissidents who suffered torture and incarceration, but I am putting Comrade Zuckerberg in the same context as authoritarian, narcissistic despots who created power monopolies to crush dissent. And just like the fictional thought police in Orwell's 1984, we've handed organised outrage mobs the power to remove people from society. There's no future for dissident voices on social media. Everything edgy, daring, or mischievous will be cleansed. We're going to have to go back to old school methods like mailing lists and websites. Bookmark summit.news right now and sign up for the free newsletter there. You can also follow me on Telegram, link in description. Oh, the irony of a platform owned by Russians being one of the last sanctuaries for freedom of speech.
But Facebook's a private company, it can do what it likes.
Oh wow, leftists suddenly did a 180 and started believing there should be no regulation of big corporations right at around the same time that big corporations started silencing their political opposition. What a coincidence! Because giving a billionaire oligarch monopolist the power to decide who has free speech and what opinions you can express
is progressive.
Today, I've issued an emergency alert video, and it's going to be one of the most important videos that I've done my entire life. Why am I saying this? Because in this report, I'm going to prove to you that big tech organizations, along with the democratic, leftist, progressive, socialist, communists, have stole every ounce of freedom that you have on the internet. And I'm not only going to prove it to you, I'm going to give you ways to prevent it, ways to stop it. And if we don't start taking action today, and not just the ones listening to my channel, but the friends and family members of everyone listening, then you can guarantee the future of your internet will remain the same and get worse. The fact of the matter is, our internet has become more suppressed than Canada and even China in some situations. Let's start first with what Google is doing. Say you're a researcher such as myself, maybe you're a college student or in high school, and you want to look up climate change. Say you want to see the side that says climate change is real, and you want to see the side that says it is false. Say maybe you've got a different bet, you want to look up vaccines. Maybe on one side you want to see the positives for vaccines, and on the other side you want to see the harmful side of vaccines. Well, if you get on the internet and look up these two categories among hundreds of other categories, then you only get a one-sided view. Here, I'll prove it to you. If you go on Google and click on their search engine and type in the word climate change is a hoax, you'll see nothing but content saying climate change is real. Climate change is not a hoax. You'll see multiple articles proving climate change exists. Now, I plug in the term climate change is real and you get the same results. You see, it doesn't matter what side you're on. You only get a one-sided result. But maybe it's just climate change. Let's try another topic. So let's look up vaccines. If you plug in the term vaccines are harmful, then you get multiple articles saying vaccines are not harmful, vaccines are good, the myths about vaccines. These are the kind of articles you get. Same if I were to plug in vaccines are not harmful. The same exact articles come up. Maybe it's just those two and it's just a coincidence. Well, let's try immigration, a political issue. You see, if you plug on the term illegal immigration brings in diseases, you actually get the opposite. Immigrants do not bring in disease. Immigrants, it's a lie told by the left. All the articles there say nothing about what you actually searched. Bottom line, they've buried the content. They've hid the content. Same it is with Trump and Russia. You want to plug in more information? You'll get one-sided stories on Trump and Russia. This is the communist takeover of the United States of America, and it's already here. Already here. I encourage you to get off of Google, get on DuckDuckGo, get on some of these other websites, and start writing your congressman today. And I wish I could say that was it, but it goes so much deeper than that. Let me show you another example. Let's look at YouTube and how they're suppressing your video content. If you go to youtube.com, click on the trending button, you're going to see their videos with hundreds of thousands of views. The trending button is supposed to show the videos with the most clicks. Basically, the trending videos. Well, let's take this a step further and do a little topical study on the trending tabs. If you click on the upper right-hand corner, you see music. Click on the music button. In there, you're going to see videos with around 77 million, 10 million, 5.6 billion, with some really big names. That's some real trending videos, and I would say 100% correct. Now let's go back and look at some of the gaming videos. Let's click on that gaming button, and here you're going to see another millions of views by some very big gamers. Though one gamer you're going to notice is missing from the pack, that's PewDiePie. Is it because he is, well, more of a Trump supporter and more Republican in nature? He just seems to be missing from the feed, even though he has millions of more views than any of those. But you know what? Let's go out of that and check the news channel. If you click on what's trending in the news, here you're going to see videos with 336 views. No, that didn't have 1,000 next to it. 10,000, 5,000, 48,000, 11,000, 571, 680 views. Wait. Let's pause right there. All of those are really low video counts in number. But you know what? Guess who they're all by? ABC, MSNBC, CNN, The Washington Post, ESPN. All by mainstream media outlets. They're showing you trending news with videos that have less than 1,000 clicks. Something is wrong here. Very, very wrong. Instead of showing you articles from Breitbart or Drudge or Next News Network or Mark Dice or my channel or any other channel that is trending, we've got mainstream media dominating the feed with 1,000 clicks. You know, I wish I could say that was the only way they were banning us. But you know what? If you go to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and any of these social media outlets, our channels are blocked and suppressed and downgraded also. Now that's a video I've done on another day. I'm not going to repeat it. But when you're being blocked from Google, from Facebook, from Twitter, from YouTube, every outlet, how is it even possible for a channel to grow when you're not allowed to advertise anywhere? Even your own website is not even allowed on the Google feed. It doesn't even matter if you have millions of views. Let's go back on over to YouTube because I want to show you another way that they are shadow banning and banning channels like mine. And keep in mind, I'm going to show you some solutions to it. So please hang on. And again, one of the most important videos I've done to date. But let's go on over to my channel. Here we are on my backup channel, actually. But let's click on one of my videos. Here, I've just clicked a random video. But now let's go on over to the right. Now you see what's being recommended in my feed? Here I have websites and news channels such as ABC News, TED Talks 2, the National Geographic, CBC News, Fox News, The Guardian, BBC News, CBS Sunday Morning News, USA Today, and it goes on and on and on. What I want you to notice is not a single alternative media website is there. You see, I'm subscribed to multiple channels. I'm subscribed to Mark Dice, Next News Network, Justice Night. I'm subscribed to, Dabu7 and many, many other websites and channels that I can follow, SGT Report and X22 Report, but none are showing up in that feed. Instead, it's all mostly mainstream media. You see, mass media propaganda is the single most overlooked and underappreciated aspect of our society. The ability of the elite class to control the way that the population thinks, the way they act, the way they do things. And we're allowing these psychopaths to shape our world, shape our worldview in the name of money, in the name of power, in the name of greed. We have given it all away. Do you really want to live in a world run by these power-hungry, manipulating, horde kind of people? I know that I do not. But the truth is, you are already living in that world. And I've proved to you they've taken away your freedom on the internet.
Well, YouTube seems to have changed their all-powerful algorithm again. And now when you simply search for my name, none of my videos show up as the top search results. Well, at least they show that I have a channel up there at the top, but none of the top search results are my videos. But let's see what happens when we search for YouTube darlings, The Young Turks, shall we? Oh, hey, look at the top search results are from the Young Turks channel. All of the search results, in fact. What about the liberal host, David Pakman? Oh, gee, look at that. Oh, here's the latest from the David Pakman Show, and has all of his videos at the top. In fact, his videos are the only videos that show up in the search results. Let's try one more liberal channel, Secular Talk. And of course, it has all of his videos up at the top and even includes the latest. And almost every video in the search results are his videos. Or, in fact, all of them are his videos. Every single one. I've been wondering why the channel hasn't been growing like it should be, and the views have been dropping, and I've been noticing a lot of comments like this. I don't know if Mark will see this, but I just wanted to point out that I usually search for Mark Dice in the YouTube search bar, and for as long as I can remember, his latest video would be the first result. Now the top search results are videos about him, like conspiracy theorist Mark Dice, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with everything you say, Mark, but YouTube and all these tech companies are really pushing this bleep, and it's complete BS. Ronald says, Mark, it's getting harder and harder to find your videos. I think we've detected a little bias here, YouTube. What a surprise. And YouTube's parent company Alphabet just lost $70 billion of their market capitalization because, as their executives admit, they changed the algorithm on YouTube to favor mainstream media channels instead of what people are actually looking for. Their chief financial officer said that changes to the YouTube algorithm caused lower engagement and ad revenue growth on the site. And let's not forget it was just last week that a new study confirms common sense that a handful of left-leaning stories dominate Google's top search results. Here's Democrat Congressman Ted Deutsch from Florida pressuring a YouTube executive in a recent congressional hearing to change the algorithms even more.
Our goal is to promote authoritative content to our users. So we have two principles that guide the way here. That's the first one, is we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, I get it now. YouTube thinks I make low-quality content, so they're downranking my search results in favor of boosting CNN. Of course, everything liberals say is exactly the opposite of reality. They say they're trying to suppress conspiracy theories on YouTube, which means they're boosting CNN, the conspiracy news network. When the whole Jussie Smollett hoax happened, Media Matters was upset that facts were showing up in the search results on Twitter and on YouTube, saying that the Twitter search suggestions promoted it's a right-wing smear, that it was a hoax, and hoax allegations also neared top of YouTube search results. Maybe somebody should tell Media Matters that Jussie was arrested for the hoax, and now a judge has ordered that the entire case be unsealed. Look at this, they took screenshots and they're furious that the search suggestions on Twitter for Smollett were Smollett hoax and Smollett fake. And they posted this screenshot of the search results on YouTube, showing that the top two results were from the Today Show and the CBS Morning News, perpetuating the hoax, and then from TMZ and some other channels, also perpetuating the hoax. And then there's one video in there that says that something isn't right with it. They captioned it, far-right social media accounts in the past have been able to manipulate algorithms on social media platforms like YouTube by acting in coordination to inauthentically game the results. No morons in this case, and in almost every other, the mainstream media accounts which were artificially inflated to the top were all wrong. All fake news. The independent, organic YouTubers were right again. But Congressman Jerry Nadler says it's just a conspiracy theory that they're suppressing us.
Before we delve into these questions, I must first dispense with a completely illegitimate issue, which is the fantasy, dreamed up by some conservatives, that Google and other online platforms have an anti-conservative bias. As I've said repeatedly, no credible evidence supports this right-wing conspiracy theory.
The editor-in-chief of The Verge, a pretty popular online media outlet, last year called for cable companies like Comcast, Verizon, and others to drop Fox News. He later deleted the tweet after growing backlash, but it's saved in the Internet Archives. Thankfully, President Trump is sounding the alarm about all this madness, and he recently tweeted, quote, "When is Twitter going to allow the very popular conservative voices that it has viciously shut down back into the open? It is time." I don't like the name drop, and it's better that some conversations remain private, but I have exchanged DMs on Twitter with some people very, very close to the president. And I just noticed that the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, Ajit Pai, just followed me on Twitter. So just know that there's a lot of people in some high places paying very close attention about what's going on.
Although I know there is a small chance you will actually watch this video, I feel compelled to share this open letter with you. I, like many others, have been your most adamant supporters since the time you announced your intention to run for the office of the presidency of the United States. Since that time, I, as well as many others, have vehemently supported your administration's incredible effort to bring safety, security, and prosperity back to a nation that had been destroyed from within. The destroyers were lying politicians, fake news reporters, fascist protesters, and many corrupt corporate leaders, just to name a few. We defeated them in 2016. We rejected their false song of globalism, and we elected a champion of the people. But today, that's all coming under attack once again. Our movement began with the simple phrase, "Make America Great Again," a phrase that embodied the overwhelmingly daunting task of reestablishing a country that has been responsible for so many great ideals and achievements. Our founding fathers built a system of governance by the people and for the people. They fought, bled, and died to ensure that future generations would enjoy the same freedoms which were inherently promised to us by our Creator. Those freedoms are under attack. In case you were not aware, our country has been lulled into a state of unmitigated complacency. The incredible advancement of technology and the internet has created a new domain in which an unbelievable amount of power and control has fallen into the hands of a very small group of extremely diabolical and dishonest political and corporate entities. As of this letter, there remain countless examples of how these monolithic corporations have started using their immense power, coupled with their vast legal immunities, to begin the wholesale removal of we, the American people's constitutionally guaranteed right to free speech without unreasonable discrimination. Just as the civil rights movement sought to remedy a broken system which institutionalized racism and bigotry, so too are we in desperate need of a movement championed by a leader who will recognize the injustice of our modern big tech tyranny. Our society is composed of a multitude of different thoughts and ideas. These thoughts and ideas are of paramount importance when one examines the innate foundational base of our free and open society, which is a beacon of hope around the world. Unfortunately, there are those among us who do not believe our basic freedoms matter. There are those among us who prefer oppression over expression. There are those among us who prefer silence over debate. And there are those among us who prefer servitude over freedom. I am writing you this letter as an open plea for help. Over the span of history, our nation has endured wars, famines, epidemics, natural disasters, and a Great Depression, just to name a few things. But we have persevered and overcome these great challenges by coming together and reinforcing the idea that America is an exceptional nation with exceptional people. Today, our new adversity presents itself in the form of authoritarian censorship. After decades of empty promises and disingenuous platitudes, the elites of Silicon Valley have finally revealed their true intent by initiating the most draconian and Orwellian push towards centralized control of thought this country has ever seen in modern times. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Google have used their unassuming corporate facades to not only become the largest and most powerful corporations in the world, but they have also managed to make themselves ubiquitous as the only game in town worth playing. Our nation's political discourse, as well as nearly all other discourse, has now crossed into the digital age. Newspapers, radios, and TVs are now fading into the realm of antiquity, only to be rapidly replaced by the ever-growing use and dependence on the internet via computer, smartphone, and tablet. With this migration, the big tech companies have gained veritable monopolies over digital information in the span of only a couple of decades. This transition and subsequent result has profoundly changed the landscape for free speech in this country. Today, these companies, who proclaimed to be open speech platforms without bias, have instead become a new elite ruling class who digitally subjugates the American people by denying access to the virtual public square. They have institutionally implemented protocols which undermine constitutionally guaranteed civil liberties by effectively shadow banning, deboosting, and deplatforming anyone who will not agree to use the speech which they deem acceptable. This is an egregious violation of our civil rights. People are being banned from these supposed open speech platforms simply because someone, somewhere, is offended by what someone else has to say. If we are going to uphold the tenets and principles outlined in the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights, we must address this issue now, before these same big tech oligarchs start to intervene in our political system more by using their absurdly massive reach and control to affect their own desired outcomes and subvert the will of the American people. I am asking the President and the U.S. Congress to stand against this digital dictatorship by revoking the legal immunities provided by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act for any corporation found to be in direct violation of this agreement. Also, I am calling on the President to work with Congress to legislate and pass new protections for the civil liberties of digitally active citizens of the United States. In the words of President Trump, quote, "Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by we, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich themselves." End quote. These institutions must abide by the Constitution, and they must be held accountable. Thank you, and God bless the United States of America.
Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.